And we're live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Sheep Get Sheared podcast. Here we talk about people, politics, and popular culture. I'm your host, Austin Creed, and oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one of my favorite shows I think I've ever done. You will not believe what I have in store for you today. This takes the cake. This is got to be my favorite story I've seen all month. This tops everything that I've seen. You're going to love this, okay? But before I make the big reveal, you probably saw the title. You probably know what I'm going to talk about. But before we really get into this, I want your voice to be heard. If you want to leave us something in the comment section of the video, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble, or if you're listening to the show on the audio and you want to let your voice be heard, follow me on Twitter at Austin Creed. Follow me over there. Comment, give me in the DMs, tag me in a tweet. This is fantastic. I have not heard anybody else talk about this today. This is gold. This is comedy gold. My friends, Anthony Fauci is now a professor at Georgetown. Yes, let me pull up the story. Oh my God, this is comedy gold. Look at this. Look. NBC News. Anthony Fauci to join Georgetown University as professor. Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, this is great. Fauci, who left the government in December, I wonder why, was director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and served as Biden's chief medical advisor. This big-pharma plant, in my opinion, fumbled the bag on the AIDS epidemic. He fumbled COVID, and now, after he screwed America over time after time, he decides he's going to hang it up and go be a professor. He bullied the nation with his big lies and garbage, and now he's going to go bully people in a classroom. Can you believe this? Oh my goodness. This is great. Dr. Fauci is joining the faculty at Georgetown University in his first position after decades-long government career that included a leading role during the COVID pandemic. In other words, he was the one responsible for shutting everything down, being wrong about everything, couldn't throw a baseball pitch, was lying his behind off every which way to Sunday, in my opinion. Now that the data has come out, we've seen that he was a liar. Everybody who said he was lying during the pandemic was censored, thrown off the air, called names. But now, lo and behold, we were right the whole time. And now that we've been proven right, he gets to go be a professor. This is what qualifies as a professor today. If you're a big enough liar and you have enough connections at big pharma and you're a complete government plant, you get to go and be a professor. Oh my land, this is great. But, ladies and gentlemen of the Sheep Get Sheared podcast, I saw this story, and it got me thinking about something. I feel really, really bad for anybody who's going to sit in this dude's class. This mook bum's class. I feel horrible for them. Number two, my goodness. Hey, anybody heard about, talked about healthcare recently? No, not really. Well, hearing the name Anthony Fauci again, since feels like it's been forever since I've heard of this man in the news. But now that he's back in the news, I said, you know what? This is the perfect time to talk about healthcare reform, because I have the perfect plan for healthcare reform. You want to hear it? I know you're begging to hear it. You ready? Get your iPhones, get your Androids, get ready to tape it, get ready to mark this down. You can quote me on this. You want to know how we can decrease the cost and help balance the budget, as Joe Biden is saying he actually wants to do now? Oh my land, really? He wants to help the government spending? I don't buy it. But you know what? I'll do his job. I'll do a better job than Fauci did. I'll do everybody a favor today, okay? You want to know what I would do to cut down costs and help save Social Security, help save Medicare, Medicaid, all these things. I will do everybody's job for them today. You're welcome. Here's my first thing I would do. Number one, no more health care for illegal aliens. Now, there's one caveat to this. If they're in a life-threatening accident and they're rushed to the emergency room, I have compassion for that, and they should receive care. If they're dying or they have a very life-threatening injury, they should be given care. I'm not inhumane. But no more coming over the border for this transplant and a stent and this and brain surgery and this and that and the other thing. No, we're broke. Can't afford it. No papers. No healthcare plan. No, nothing. No, we can't afford it. This isn't the 1920s where we're rolling in dough. That's number one. Number two, you rein in the lawyers. The lawyers are out of control. I am studying this right now. I want to be a lawyer in the future. Something I care about. I'm doing pre-law right now. And I know what these lawyers do. There's big money in tort cases, in medical malpractice lawsuits, class action lawsuits, you name it. Big money. The only state where these ambulance chasing frauds are hard to find is California, of all places, because there are laws on the books that say you can't go over $250,000. Back when California had actual leadership and not just a constituency put in by illegal aliens, in my opinion, with no voter ID laws, and that's why I say that. People actually had common sense in the state, but no longer today. But guess what? Laws are still on the books, as far as I know. Which is why they go to New York. It's why they go to Colorado. It's why they go to Florida. It's why they go to these other places where they can make a lot more money. You rein in the lawyers, the vampires of the medical system. You rein them in. You prevent them from sucking the system dry, ruining doctors' lives who make honest mistakes. And you limit their cases. You'll save millions, if not billions of dollars in the healthcare system. Number three, y'all ready? I know you've probably gotten more today about healthcare you planned on number one, and more than you probably heard from anybody else's show today, number two. But I'll keep going because this is something that needs to be said. Number three, for those of you who are on Medicare, if you're an older person, right? And you got nothing better to do than go from doctor to doctor to doctor, like a frog goes from a lily pad to a lily pad. You don't have any friends. You don't have a lot of family that talks to you anymore. You're bored. You want to feel important. You want to feel smart. You want to feel listened to. They go from doctor to doctor to doctor. I've seen this. I know it happens. Don't you lie to me. You make them sign a copay of $50. $15 minimum. At least $15, $20. I'd say 50 because inflation's through the wazoo and people got to make a living. People got to make money. $50. A lot of these people would stop doing that and they would start sponging off the system like a leech off somebody's back. It's disgusting. If you actually need the care, you'll front the $50. When I go to an emergency room, I pay big money. Why? Because of the illegal aliens, the lawyers, and the leeches. That's why. And I know you know what I'm talking about if you've been in an emergency room recently. It's a nightmare. Once you stop bleeding, you look at the bill and you're like, oh, is that right? No, that can't be right. That's got to be wrong. No, it's right. It's right. Your eyesight's not messed up. And that's why. Illegal aliens get medical care for free. You can't afford it, you get it for free. But if you can't afford it, you pay top dollar. What sense does that make? Answer. That's why you get the healthcare system we have today, and that's why everybody hates Obamacare unless you're a bum, an illegal alien, or a leech. Now, I know this isn't what you planned on hearing today, but when I look at this story about Dr. Anthony Fauci joining Georgetown University as faculty, I say to myself, this is why people aren't going to college. This is why people don't respect the schools anymore. It's because people like this, who fail at everything they've ever done, in my opinion, and even his record reflects this, complete liar and a fraud. Why would you want him on your faculty when he's a complete fraud and a flop? And yet here he is, being a professor at Georgetown, which from what I know is a great engineering school. And then you have people, and then look, you got Fauci. Look at this quote. He says, "I am delighted to join the Georgetown family." Oh, God. Anytime you join an organization and they say, "We're a close family. We're like family here," you might as well be in the movie Get Out, because you need to run. I'll continue with this quote. "An institution steeped in clinical and academic excellence." Ha! Why did they hire him if they're so clinical and academically excellent? Why did they hire a flop mook bum like him? "With an emphasis on the Jesuit tradition of public service." Oh, yeah. I'm sure he really cares about that Jesuit upbringing in between, lying and grifting money, in my opinion, from big pharma and from the government. As someone who's worked for the government, I know what it takes to have. I know people who have worked for the government for years and years and years and years. You are basically a Brutus, stabbing everybody in the back you can get your hands on to try to get as high as you can in the bureaucracy. I don't want to hear anything else different. That's the way it is. And if you think I'm lying to you, go get a government job. And you'll see what I'm saying within the first month of you being there, maybe even the first week. You don't know who you're talking to here. Oh my, no, hold on a minute. Hold on, I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to continue quoting him now. He says, "This is a natural extension of my scientific, clinical, and public health career." If you want to call being a liar and a fraud and wrong about everything you've ever done a career, then sure. Which was initially grounded from my high school and college days, where I was exposed to intellectual rigor, integrity, and service-minded. Service-minded? Is he talking about the lip service he gave the American people, or the other lip service that he allegedly gave to Big Pharma every day? I doubt it, but that's what he should be referring to. Go ahead, see if you could sue me. I don't give a damn. Go ahead. Go ahead, see if you could sue me, you pig. Yeah, he served as director in the government from 1984 to 2022. Can you believe this? 38 years this bum was in the government, for 38 years. 38 years this bum worked as the director in the U.S. government agency. Yes. You know what? The more I think about it, actually, he's perfect for working in a college. I mean, you lord over students, you tell them what to do, you tell them what to think, you tell them how to operate their life around exactly what you want, and if they don't listen to you, you get to punish them. Isn't that not what he did as the COVID czar, the brilliant man who was in charge of the pandemic and of the AIDS epidemic? Mr. Common Sense and Mr. Scientific, Mr. Clinical, and Mr. Public Health didn't close the bathhouses during the AIDS epidemic. He didn't, but he closed down the entire world because of COVID. Can you believe this? And then he pretends like he's not a complete liar and a fraud and a flop. It's oh my land. When I saw this, ladies and gentlemen, I laughed so hard. I was like, no, Georgetown is not this desperate for faculty. This cannot be true. Please tell me this is some late April Fool's joke. This can't be real. It's too funny. It's too much of a meme to be real. This has to be a troll. But no, it's real. Very much real. Oh, my land. Look, does anybody else find this funny? I'm loving this show today. This is just comedy gold, and I'm loving every second of it. This is just great. Anyways, my friends, that's what I want to talk about today. I won't drone on about more details. I said what I wanted to say. I got my point across. If you have anything you want to add, you want to laugh at this with me, whatever it is you want to do, hit me up on Twitter at Austin Creed. Follow me over there. Leave it in the comments section of the video if you're watching on YouTube or on Rumble. And until next time, God bless you. God bless your family. God bless America. Y'all take care of yourselves and have a great rest of your day. Peace.